Pat's online math class. Welcome to my class. Hi, everybody. Today's topic is about the concept of percent. So when do we use this in real life? When do we use percent in real life? We use this in computing our sales tax when we buy something. Can you see the receipts? You can see that there is what we call VAT. How do we compute the VAT? Okay, let's try to find out later. Next, how much discounts we have when we buy something on sale? Discounts. How much discounts are we going to have when we buy something that is on sale? So the prices will be cut off. Next, how much fats are there in a chocolate bar? How much are there? Next, how much money are we going to get when we invest in a stock? Okay, so those are how we use percent in real life. Now, what is percent? Percent is a ratio of a number to 100. Remember that ratio, okay, is a relationship between two objects or two terms. Okay, so when we say percent, the other ratio, the other term is always in 100. Okay, so it could be 2 is to 100 or 3 is to 100, etc., etc. As long as the other one is always in hundreds. Next, what is the symbol for percent? Now look at this one. The symbol for percent is this. It has two zeros, one at the top and the other one is at the bottom. And there is a fraction bar that divides them. Okay, so that is a percent. Next, what does percent means? Percent means per 100. That's why when we convert this into a ratio, it always has 100 on the other side. Okay, so let's take a look at this example. 17 is to 100 or 17%. Okay, so these are the examples of how to analyze the percent. Okay, for example, if I have, for example, 25 over 100 or 25 is to 100, then how am I going to convert this to percent? Of course, it will be 25%. Okay? Do you understand? Very good. Now, what does per means? Per means for each or for every. Okay? So instead of saying for each or for every, you just say per. Okay? Just like this. 1 cookie per person. It could also mean 1 cookie for each person or 1 cookie for every person. Okay? And what does cent means? Cent means 100. Just like this. Per 100. Per 100. Okay? Now let's take a look at this example. Okay, we have here a table or a chart wherein there are different characters on each block. Look at the block. If we're going to look here, these are boys, okay? And these pictures are girls. What about this one? These are pictures of an old man, okay? This is an old man. And what about this picture? This is an old woman, okay? Now let's first try to check out and review on how are we going to make this as a fraction, as a decimal, and as a ratio, okay? So let's take a look at the old woman. The old woman, okay, because all of this is 100. All of the persons here are 100. Okay, so that will be our next term, okay? Our second term. And how many women are there? How many old women are there? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 old women in this whole chart that is composed of 100. That's why our relationship, if we're going to make it into a fraction, it will be 12 over 100. Now, remember how we converted to decimal? Okay, we just divided 12 divided by 100. It will be equal to 0.12. Okay? Or just move the decimal point from let us just move the decimal point at the right, just like this. Okay, so this is 12 over 100, and the decimal point is here because this will be a whole number. Okay, so let's move it to the left. 1, 2. Now, why did we move it to the left twice? Because there are 2 zeros. Okay, so these 2 zeros will be taken out and the decimal point will be here. Now, 0.12 over 1 will be equal to 0.12. And that is how you convert it to decimal. Okay? Next, let's now convert this to ratio. What are the two relationships? Okay, there are 12 old women. And what is the other object? Out of the 100 persons in this chart. Okay, so the old woman and the total number of persons in this chart. So these are the two relationships, old woman and the total number of persons. Okay, you understand? Now let us try to compute for the others. Let's try to get the fraction, the decimal, and the ratio of the other persons here in the chart. Are you ready? Okay, let's try the boys. How many boys are there? Okay, let's make this into a fraction. Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, so how many boys are there? There are 30 boys by just counting it one by one. Or we can just simply count the number of boys in the row, which is 10, and then count it in the in columns, which is 10, and counted by rows, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. How many rows are there? There are, how many rows? There are 3 rows, which are boys. And in the columns, there are 10. So 3 times 10, that is equal to 30. Now, out of all this, okay, how many is the total? When you convert this to fraction, it is 30 over 100. Now, how about decimal again? What are we going to do? If it's 30 over 100, okay, there are 2 zeros again, so the decimal point is here. Let us move the decimal point to the left twice. 1, 2, there you go. So the number of zeros are out, okay? And the value in decimal is 0.30. And what is the ratio of this? So the relationship of 2 persons or 2 objects, okay? These are the boys, which is 30, is to 100. Okay? If that is your answer, then you are correct. Next, how about the girls? Let us now count the girls. Okay, remember the easiest way on how I counted the boys by just multiplying the rows and the columns. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, so how many rows are there? There are, this time, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 girls in 4 rows. And how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 4 times 10, you have 40 out of 100. Now let us move again the decimal point by taking out the denominator. So we have 0.40. And what is the ratio? We have 40 is to 100. Okay? If these are your answers, then you are correct. Next, let's go to the last one. What is the last one here? We have here the old man. Okay, so the old man, let us try to count. How many old men are there in this chart? Okay, let us count the number of rows first. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, there are 3 rows. How about the column? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are only 6. Okay, so 3 times 6, we have 18 out of 100. Okay, then let us try to convert this to a decimal. Let's move the decimal point twice again to the left. We have 0.18 and the ratio, it will be 18 is to 100. Okay? Thank you for listening. This is Teacher Kat, and this is the concept of percent.